Our next guest has been doing comedy in Chicago for 15 years. When she isn't high-kicking while doing stand-up, she is high-kicking as MC Amy in the all-female Beastie Boys tribute band, She's Crafty. When's your next show? You're not doing a show. All right, never mind. Ask her later when they're doing another show. Please welcome Amy Sumpter right now. Good. A little higher.
In my early 20s, I still lived out in the suburbs when I wasn't at college. And during breaks from school, I had a job hostessing at a fancy steakhouse. I didn't have much of a life, and I was always at work, mainly because I had a giant crush on one of the valet guys. I kept thinking if I was always at work, I might actually get the nerve for real time talking to him. Sitting at the host desk gave me the perfect view of him greeting people and then parking their cars and then running back to the front of the restaurant, which was right in front of me. And every few hours, he would have to go to the bathroom and then he would come inside. And if I were lucky, I would be there waiting. And sometimes when I wasn't feeling shy, I would be able to say, hi. I was pretty lame. A new girl started one summer, and her name was Brittany. And Brittany actually had the gall to go outside and talk to the valet guys. I envied her. I was way too shy for that sort of thing. I just assumed no one wanted to talk to me, so I just kept quiet. But Brittany was full of tenacity. She couldn't have been more than 5 feet tall. I am 6 feet tall. And she seriously didn't give a fuck about anything. Amy, I am bored. Aren't you bored? I hate the end of the night. It's so boring. I actually liked the end of the night because that was usually when the valet guy would come in and hang around the host stand waiting for the last few people who had valeted. He would ask me questions. We would actually talk. So, what are you up to tonight? I don't know. I might go home. Yeah, that's what I would say to him. Horrifying. Which was the truth, but to be completely honest, I would usually go to Tower Records and walk around aimlessly, looking at everything. R.I.P. Tower Records. Then I would listen to all of the staff picks, and I would usually drop a lot of money on CDs, maybe some books, and then in my car I would tear off the CD wrappers so I could listen to them with my CD disc man, because I didn't have a CD player. And then I would drive home just raging out to all of my finds. I had a feeling he didn't care about Tower Records, and in hindsight, that was a giant clue into our future, but I was young and dumb, and I didn't know how to read red flags yet. I kept giving Brittany the old, it's cool if you leave, I got this, it's only a few more minutes. But she didn't pick up on my get out of here so I can talk to this man who may or may not come up to me tonight, probably not because it was slow, and that's okay, that's just my luck, and oh yeah, he just drove off in his car, and yes, I knew which car was his. Brittany continued, let's go get a drink after work, we can sit at the bar. What? I was older than like most of my friends back at home. I was the only 21-year-old. And I didn't really go to bars yet. And this idea of grabbing a drink was like the new frontier. It's what Carrie on Sex and the City did with her friends. Valet guy was gone. I'd already been to Tower once that week. Fuck yeah, let's grab a drink. We sat up in the balcony. We could drink at work after we had punched out. Once, on a Christmas Eve, the bar manager had given me eggnog at the hostess desk while I was working. Scandalous. I didn't know it was full of bourbon. And I thought it was delicious and slurped it down like Mama wants some more of that. Whoa! Slow down there, bar manager, it said. But I didn't know it was loaded with booze, and I didn't know I liked boozy eggnog. I was maybe 19 at the time. That was my only experience of drinking at work, grabbing a drink. Brittany and I sat up on the balcony, and I felt like a big kid. I was having a drink. Like, I don't actually remember what I drank. Probably what Brittany did. Lame. A vodka cranberry bullshit. Like, that's 1990s, whatever. Are you working next weekend as well? Yeah. We should go to the city after our shift. What? Now, if you're from the suburbs of Chicago, you know there's only one city, and that is, of course, Chicago, okay? I knew nothing of the city. I had only gone down there like a few times on my own. Once in high school, my friends and I had walked from Union Station to Wrigley Field. I know, that's some crazy town right there. Like some guy who's trying to sell us like a streetwise. He's like, that's like 7 miles! Like, it was crazy. But we did it. Because we only knew the one train line, and we were too afraid to get on a bus or an L. God forbid ask them a question. Too afraid. So we flippin' walked. Assholes. I was nervous, but I was excited. Where should we go? I don't know. Maybe I'll ask one of the hot ballet guys where we should go. Some of them are super cute. That's a good idea. Brittany found out that Division Street was pretty cool. She called up a friend, and three of us drove out after work. Shenanigans, Mothers, Butch McGuire's, all still there. Bunch of other different names, ton of people. Most of the bars had tiny dance floors, and that's where I realized I do like vodka cranberry. I also really like beers and a shot, whatever, I was down. I always loved to dance, so Division Street just meant I got to dance my face off all night and get introduced to the world of random makeout sessions. Did you know, if you make eye contact with someone in a bar more than twice, you will make out with them? That is a fact. 100% rating, all right? I became the makeout dancing queen of Division Street. We mainly stayed at Division and State, but sometimes we walked down to the Viagra Triangle. And I'd get scared away by the fake glamour and the bad plastic surgery and the prices, because that was out of my price range. And one night I met a guy who kept making eye contact. So we danced together, and we got closer, and then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, we were making out. And Brittany came out onto the dance floor and was like, we gotta go, my friend has to work in the morning. Remember when we used to do that? That was crazy. And that is when old boy actually asked me for my number. That was a first. A makeout session and a number? Dreams come true on Division. I was terrified. This had never happened before. He was a little bit older, he was like late 20s, and he had bright blue eyes and a mysterious accent. And that son of a bitch actually called me. And we met up, and we played pool, and then we met up again at a different lame bar closer to me, and I liked him, but he was like on a different level. And quite frankly, I just kind of liked making out with him. We didn't have anything in common. He was hot, and I knew he wouldn't want to go to Tower Records with me. And one night he called me on my 3-month-old cell phone. What? It was a baby cell phone. And I'd go into my family garage to talk to him. I didn't have any privacy in my house. My mom, who was secretly a Bob Vila wannabe, was turning our garage into a second room. And I sat in the dark of my garage on the ground, the skeleton walls around me, because they were going to be putting up the drywall soon. And there's plastic between me and outside. And the older guy was breaking up with me, or maybe I was breaking up with him. I don't know. He was a little hard to understand on the phone. My sisters were watching a loud movie in the other room. We were arguing or about something. It was a super weird conversation. And I hadn't really thought about the valet guy or cared about him because of the older guy. And it was nice to get a phone call here and there. And all my friends who told me that you couldn't meet a guy at a bar had been proven wrong. But at the same time, we didn't have chemistry. And I just liked kissing him. And as I sat in the dark of my garage, I was pretty calm and not caring that it was over between us. I was calm until I felt the brush of a billowy pad thing walk past me. I was too stunned to jump, but I looked down to see this thing waddling away from me. And oh my gosh, it's like a mouse. No, it's too big to be a mouse. Oh my God, it's a rat. But I knew that was wrong. It was moving too slow to be a rat. Oh my God, what is that thing? And I start to yell like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. over and over again. And I start pacing. He's like, what is it? Should I come over? And I'm like, no. And this goes on for like a few minutes, and I'm just like waving my arm around like propeller, because I could feel like this, I'm like, it's disgusting. And then finally we say goodbye, and I made enough noise that I wake up my parents, and even my sisters had to turn down their movie because I was making such a racket. And my mom comes into the garage with a flashlight. The electricity didn't work in there while they laid down the walls, and there's nothing. And I look like a crazy person, but I can still feel the brush of the fur against my arm, and I'm swinging my arm all around, and wouldn't you know, the next night I'm at work, and my sisters are again watching a movie, and they go into the kitchen, which leads out into the garage, and there is a possum looking back at them in the doorway. Yes. Baby possum. Baby possum gets scared and runs back into the dark garage and starts making a bunch of noise. And Mama Possum is outside and can hear her baby crying, so she starts headbutting the side of our garage, which has siding, and that wakes up my parents. It is confirmed that Amy isn't crazy. My mom opens up the garage door and makes a ton of noise, and the baby possum finally leaves and meets up with the mama, and they dance away. But my sisters and I are forever changed by our possum experience. I was touched by a possum. My sister kept having nightmares. The possum would be at the foot of her bed all night long, just looking at her, which still haunts me in my dreams too, if I'm being completely honest. Now, I continued going down to Division Street. I had to claim my title, you know what I'm saying? And I actually got the nerve to ask out the valet guy eventually. We had a full conversation. It was magical. But, it wasn't meant to be, and it didn't work out because I was touched by a possum. Thank you very much.